Okay, hey family, it's Rhae, and I'm back with another word. I pray that you have been blessed, and I pray that this word blesses you. So this is a Kingdom Spouse, Kingdom Marriage word that the Lord gave me through a dream yesterday on April 21st. And I woke up from his dream around 4:20 in the morning. So take this word back to the Lord and make sure that this word is for you. Ask the Lord to confirm his word, and he will do that for you. So I'm going to get into this word, well, the dream and then the message. And I also have a scripture. So the dream, like I said, was April 21st, 2023, around 4:20 in the morning. I woke up from this dream, and so in this dream, I saw myself and my sister, and we were sitting in these seats. We were in the vicinity, and we were sitting in the seats. It's a row of chairs, so there's a row that's going like this, and then a row that's going like this, so like an L shape. So I'm sitting in a row, me and my sister are sitting in the row that is horizontal, and I look over to my left and I see my kingdom spouse and like obviously other people sitting in the row that's like vertical. He was trying to say something to me, but every time we would make eye contact and he would begin to try to say something, someone would stand in the way, blocking the view. So it happened a couple times where he would try to adjust himself to move around this person or these people, these groups of people, in order to get a clear view of me again. But every time he would, someone would get in the way again. It got to a point where he just got up and he walked over to where me and my sister were sitting. I noticed that I was not necessarily pressed. Like, it wasn't like we both were like doing like this, moving around, trying to see each other. He was the one doing like all the adjusting and stuff like that. So like I said, he got up, he walked over to me. He knelt down in front of me and asked me if I wanted to, or like, will I come sit with him? I began to think about it, and I was about to say yes. Then this girl appeared standing up next to us, and she was looking disappointed, like she knew what was up. It was almost like a what about me vibe. And he looked over at her and he said, oh, let me walk you back. So he begins to walk her back. I'm still sitting there I was with my sister, and she makes a comment. The gist of what she said was, make sure one door is closed before you try to open another. That's how people get hurt. And then that was the end of the dream. So the Lord began to give me revelation once I woke up, and then all throughout the day. And then last night around like 7 or 8, he gave me the fullness of it. So now I'm going to get into the message. So it says, they see you. They are wanting to or are trying to communicate, but something is blocking it or standing in the way. I noticed how I wasn't pressed. I was minding my business, doing my own thing, going about my life. And he got up and he came over to me. So this word applies to men and women, husbands and wives. This could be instruction for husbands, and then for wives, it could just be like a confirmation or like an update on what's happening within this time frame, depending on your season within your union. So yeah, so women, wives, just be in position, carry on with what it is with your life, what it is the Lord is instructing you to do. And for husbands, still, that they're coming to you. The Lord will send them to you. So it's not like you have to be doing all this stuff to make them see you or to make them like talk to you or anything like that. Of course, if the Lord instructs you to reach out, then move in obedience, but it's not for you to try to like force communication or make them see you or anything like that. So he knelt down and he asked me to come sit with him. So again, kneeling, and this came up in another word, kneeling, humility, respect, vulnerability, and submissiveness, and then a gesture of asking me to come with him, asking me to come sit with him. So the girl represented, it could be a placeholder, pastime, or something of that nature. It didn't seem like anything serious, and she knew it. Like I said, the vibe I got of her walking up and standing there was like she was waiting to be seen or noticed, and it was giving what about me kind of vibe. And she kind of had this puppy dog look on her face. And so for one, this could be counterfeits or people trying to pop back up, and it's like their final attempt to try to insert themselves in this person's life. On another instance, it don't have to be a person at all, or it doesn't have to be like counterfeit. It could be a person, it could be like family or something like that, friends. It doesn't have to be people. It could be a habit, it could be a career, a location, just anything that the Lord is telling them to get rid of, or doors that the Lord is needing them to close out. So it was like I said, it was like a what about me. And so when earlier in the dream, when I said I was sitting here and then he was sitting here, and he walks over. So this girl, she wasn't with him when he was sitting down, and she wasn't with him when he walked over. So she just popped up at the point where he asked me to come sit with him. That's when she just appeared. She walked up. When I say like what about me, it's like reminder of something still being there, or like I said, a door that still needs to be closed. It doesn't even necessarily have to be something that they're actively engaging in. Like I said, she wasn't with him throughout the dream. She appeared like she just walked up. So it doesn't have to be something that they're actually actively engaging in, but it's still something that's there, that the Lord is reminding them, or the Lord is bringing back up for them to understand, okay, this has to be completely closed out and properly. So we're getting there. He says, okay, let me walk you back. So at least he was respectful enough to not just diss her and say whatever, bye. But at the same time, he knew he had to close out the situation before I got up to go over and sit with him. Another bullet point was make sure old doors are closed before trying to open new ones. That's why it was being blocked, because something still needs to be removed. The Lord will not let this union come together until everything is in order. He doesn't want old or unnecessary things popping up that could cause a rift or any other drama or confusion. Your spouse knows what it is, and he's working on it. Okay, so last night when he gave me the finality of like the revelation for this was I knew it was like something sit on my tongue, and I was like, what? He specifically was pointing out the part where he walks her back, where he says, okay, let me walk you back. And so I was like, that's called something. So all day it was like on me. And then so finally last night when I got home from work, he gave me it was integrity. He's like, integrity. It just dropped in my spirit, the word integrity. So obviously normally like when we think of integrity, at least when I think of integrity, the first thing that I think of is like morals, values, and right from wrong, knowing right from wrong. And so he had me look up the definition of it, and that is one definition that came up, but there was another one. So the first definition of integrity, like I said, was the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. So that's going to be a key word to morals. But the second one was the state of being whole and undivided. Similar words: unity, unification, and wholeness. That was just a dead confirmation for this word. Okay, so then like I said, he also pointed out the word morals to me, had me look up the word morals. So the definition of morals is a person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. Okay, so like I said, back to him saying, okay, let me walk back. So again, it just further amplifies the message of the Lord instructing them to close things out, close doors, cut ties, burn bridges, cut things off, just end things, but do it properly and doing things the right way. Because when this union comes together, unity, unification, and wholeness, when this union comes together, he cannot have these things. He's not going to have these things coming up later, like I said, and causing issues, causing problems, or anything of that nature. Okay, and so the scripture the Lord led me to was Proverbs 10:9, and it says, whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. So that literally wraps up that whole message. Okay, so they are trying to communicate, wanting to communicate. He's trying to reach you, but there's something standing in the way. So he knows who you are. He knows that it's you. He's coming to you. There's one last thing that needs to be closed out. There's one last thing that they have to take care of before the Lord will allow you all to walk through this door of your marriage or of your union. So it is open. The door is open, but in order for you guys to walk through this door together of your marriage and of your union, there is a door that still needs to be closed, and they know, and they are working on it. So some of these things, like I said, it may not even be something that they're actively doing or is active at present in their life, but the Lord is reminding them of it, or the Lord will bring it up to them to remind them, hey, go back and take care of this before you walk through that door. So that's the word, y'all. Take this word back to the Lord, like I said, and ask the Lord to confirm this word for you, to give you specific details, insight, and instruction concerning your individual situation. Feel free to share this word with anyone who you feel may need to hear it. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of any future uploads when I post, and I'll be back soon with another word.